Hey guys, look at where I am today. I'm at school, which is exciting. I had to run up to come get some stuff. Today we're going to be talking about how we measure weight. Weight is how heavy an object is. So once again, we have two different ways that we can measure weight. And again, we're going to be talking about the customary system today. The metric will come later. So just a review there. Customary system, we're going to talk about ounce, pound, and ton. And there's the abbreviations for those. So I want you to think to yourself right now. You can't think per share with a neighbor, but think to yourself, what are some careers where measuring weight is important? Let me know if you think of any. So customary weight. The smallest measurement we have in customary weight is an ounce. Here's some pictures which are examples of what might weigh an ounce or be measured with the unit of an ounce. Then we have pound. Pound is our next biggest one, and here are some pictures of examples of things that are measured in pounds. And our last one we have is a ton. And often we say a ton, like that's a ton, but ton is actually a real measurement. And here are two pictures of examples of things that are measured in tons. Okay, when we have weight, we need to know how we can convert back and forth between different units. So it's important that we know that 16 ounces equals 1 pound. Now I want you to keep in mind that we've talked about something called fluid ounces. When it's fluid ounces, this word right here gives us a hint that it's not weight. Fluid ounces refer to capacity, and 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup. So it's kind of important that you remember that 16 ounces is weight, and it equals 1 pound. 8 fluid ounces is capacity, and it equals 1 cup. The next one you need to remember for weight is that 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So if we were to say how many ounces equals 1 ton, I would have to say, okay, so 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So I'm going large to small. I multiply. Okay, so I'm going to say that first I have to figure out that there are 2,000 pounds in a ton, and each pound is 16 ounces. And I'm going to multiply those to find out how many ounces are in 1 ton. I'd set that up like this. I'm going to have 3 zeros. 6 times 2 is 18. Put my 0. Have 3 zeros. 1 times 2 is 2. Yeah, I just realized that cut it out a little bit, but you do the math and find out how many it is. Okay, we're not going to go into metric weight yet. It's just important that you remember these ones right now. So 16 ounces equals 1 pound. 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. All right, this is page 598. With that information, we're now going to do some assignments. Okay, page 598 is where we're at. Follow along with me if you can. So use the picture to complete each equation. 1 pound equals 16 ounces, which is our basic that we already know. And we can see that this represents 1 pound, and there's 4 by 4, so there's 16 in there. Now it asks 2 pounds equals how many ounces? So I've got to think, am I going large to small? Which direction am I going? Pounds are bigger than ounces, so I am going large to small. So once again, I am going to multiply. Okay, so 2 times 16 equals 32. Now I have 3 pounds. I'm going to go 3 times 16 because there's 16 ounces in each of those 3 pounds. Tell me my answer. 3 times 16 is 48. And now I want you to go ahead and do 4 times 16 on your own. I'll wait for a little bit. 4 times 16. How many ounces does 4 pounds equal? You're going to go 4 times 16. Okay, if you don't have it yet, pause it and finish it. But 64. Now I gotta do 5 pounds equals how many ounces? So you're gonna go 5 times 16. Pause it if you don't have it yet. 80. Notice that there is a pattern. We're adding 16 each time. 16, 32, 48, 64, 80. We added 16 each time because we're going up by 1 every time. Okay. Now, what if I had 15 pounds and I wanted to know how many ounces? So pounds are bigger than ounces, so I'm going large to small, so I'm multiplying, and I'm starting with my 15. So I'm going to say 15 times something will equal something ounces. Now, what do I have to times it by? 16, because there's 16 ounces in each pound. So you're going to go ahead and multiply those. I like to do it like this. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Put my placeholder 0. 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 1 is 1. Add those two up. I get, I'm going to write it up here. 0, 9, and 5 make 14. Carry the 1. 240 ounces. Okay, now we're looking at tons. Now remember, to do this, I have to know that 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. 3 tons is larger than pounds, so I'm going to be multiplying. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply that 3 times that 2,000. To get my answer, I'm going to take the shortcut that we know that I can go 3 times 2 is 6, and then add on those zeros. It is 6,000 pounds. Okay, number 4, we've got 32 ounces to pounds. So this time though, we're actually going this direction, right? This is, we're going small to big. So because we're going small to big, we're going to divide this time. I still have to know what that thing equals though. How many ounces equals 1 pound? I have to know that to be able to solve it. 16. So this time I'm going to take that 16 and I am going to divide. And that'll tell me how many pounds, because it's telling me there are 16 ounces in every single one of those pounds. If I were to break those up into groups of pounds and put 16 ounces in each, how many pounds does that leave me with? I'm going to go ahead and I'll do it off on the side. We'll go 16 ounces into 320 ounces. If I break those up, how many pounds will I get? Well, I know that 16 is too big to go into 3, but I can make a group of 16 out of 32. I can actually make 2 groups. 2 times 16 is 32. 0. And 16 goes into 0 0 times. So 320 ounces equals 20 pounds. Okay. So now you just got some good examples of how the assignment is. I want you to go ahead and do your own, as well as memorize what each of them equals. So you need to memorize that 16 ounces equals 1 pound and 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So if I were to say, how many pounds are there in 2 tons, you'll be able to say 4,000, because 2,000 times 2 tons would equal 4,000. You also need to realize that 3 tons is going to be 3,000. Whoa, sorry, 1 pound. 3,000 pounds is going to be 1.5 tons, because we've got that half, okay? All right, your assignment. You ready? It's on Alex, and it says customary weight 10.3. 5 questions. You're going to be doing problems like this where you convert. If you are in 6th grade, Alex, I want you to come to this page, which is page 601, and I want you to do at least 7 problems. You can choose the 7 that you want to do, and that is your assignment for today, and to memorize those conversions. All right?